Hello, it's time for Flashback, the weekly history quiz. Let's find out what's happened in history. We'll start in 139 BCE when, to prevent the influence of bribes or threats on elections, Romans start using a secret ballot. And then against that, replacing on their expedition, Lewis and Clark discover a burrowing squirrel, a prairie dog. They send one alive to President Thomas Jefferson. That's pretty funny. Obviously, well after 139 BCE. Yeah, 1805. Okay. And while studying coastal housing, an engineer realizes there's no scale for describing a storm's severity. His solution, a simple rating from 1 to 5. That's the Beaufort scale, I believe. I assume that's the 20th century. It is 1971. Wow. Later than I would have thought. I wonder if it'll tell us who it is at the end. Salvador Dali watches Camembert cheese melt in the sun. It helps inspire his surrealist painting, The Persistence of Memory. Well, that'll be before 1971, of course, 1931. In a secret letter, Queen Elizabeth I promises to receive Ivan the Terrible in England should political circumstances dictate his need to leave Russia. Well, I mean, quite obviously, that's going to go between these two. Indeed, 1570. Lou Ottens invents the compact cassette tape, ideal for recording and sharing music. His key insight, a tape player needs to fit in your pocket. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that really was the sort of first time it really made sense to take music with you in any meaningful way. So when do I think that is? Do I think that's before or after 1971? Probably after. Probably not long after, though. No, oh no. Okay, I was right to be unsure, but I went with the wrong. You know, the thing is, this sort of heyday of the cassette tape was, I would say, a couple of decades after that, the 80s and, I guess maybe the late 70s and 1980s. But it's always the case that these things were invented before they catch on, a number of years before. Anyway, outfitted with steam engines and years' worth of food, Sir John Franklin and 128 men set sail in search of the Northwest Passage. They never return. Oh, when is this? Well, steam engines, so obviously the 19th century. Yes, 1845. A German theology professor named Martin Luther launches an attack on the Catholic Church with a list of 95 theses about faith. Martin Luther. When is the? That'll be before 1570. Yeah, 1517, but not before by much. The New York Giants play the Brooklyn Bridegrooms in what's promoted as a World's Series. It's not the Subway Series. The city has no subway. Do I think that's before or after 1845? I mean, the Underground here in London started being constructed right around this time. So New York's would have come later. Yeah, oh, right, considerably later, 1889. Look at that. Okay. So, okay, well, good. Not great, but I got the most common score category, it looks like. So got one wrong, unfortunately. And let's take a look at what other people did. About a third of people misplaced Martin Luther and his famous 95 Theses as part of the Protestant Reformation. A tenth of people misplaced Queen Elizabeth I. Just about everybody got the discovery of the prairie dog. That's not a big surprise. And interesting, about more than a third of people misplaced the Northwest Passage. I think the outfitted with steam engines is really, if you didn't know when that was, that really helps you out. 14% of people misplaced the New York Giants playing the Brooklyn Bridegrooms. I wonder who the Brooklyn Bridegrooms went on to be, or if they exist at all anymore. Just about everybody got Salvador Dali correct. And also, yeah, about a third of people misplaced the one that I also misplaced, cassette tapes. And finally, just about everybody got the storm scale, but doesn't say the name of the person. Let's see. Oh, it's not the Beaufort scale. That's wind. That's just wind specifically. Right, so this is the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. a 1 to 5 rating. Okay, so I was totally wrong about that. I'm glad I looked it up. And there we go. Those were some bits of history. That was Flashback. Back next week with more of this. Bye for now.